Oh.
And I picked out the poems I'm going to read about a month ago, but it's just a nice convergence. The poet for the first poem, although he's won many science fiction awards, feels like a failed science fiction writer, and he holds himself as a fantasy writer instead. The name is Neil Gaiman, who did the Sandman comics and also wrote Stardust, upon which the movie was made, and he's written the script for Beowulf, of which he says the director rewrote it. Something I would really want you people to read is his Neverwhere. That's an interdimensional book that takes place in Britain. So here we go. For this poem, you are no longer poets and dancers and musicians, you are the audience. I am the audience, and Neil Gaiman is the audience. It's called The Song of the Audience. Let us call now for the makers of strong images. Let them come to us now carrying their quills and sharp razors. Let them gash their arms for ink and let them limn. Look at them tracing their desperation, the makers of strong images. Look at their ink clotting brown and black on the parchment skin. Look, they render us down there, limb from limb. Like dreamers, they will reduce us in the rendering. Like ash and fat to soap, we are reduced to our essentials. Like a shadow who stares at us with eyes of flesh. Let them entertain us, the makers of strong images. Let us toss them copper pennies, but let us not forget they make the images, we give them flesh. The Song of the Audience by Neil Gaiman, fantasist. Okay, this next poem I have to claim. If Neil Gaiman had the dream that I had had, he would have written a short story and used the pig that I had in my dream as one of his major creepy characters. But not being as talented as Mr. Gaiman, I just try to take my dream space and get a flavor of it in a dream, in my poem, and try to find more in my personal mythos, stretch that out a bit, if I can find something out there in world mythos to attach it to, which I have with this. And I call it Dance with Pig by Katarzyna Rigashevich. Know you of the crossroads pig who prefigures change in life's roadways, at least if you're Welsh? I was crossroads pig last night, dancing with a woman, not young, as partner. My face was masked gold, maybe bronze, piggy-cheeked, snouted. Female in life, my energy felt male in dance. The woman dancing opposite, accompanying this carousal, had one pure streak of white, up high, pompadoured hair. Know you of the thunderbolt pig, whom Tibetan Buddhists attempt to attain? That was my attainment last night. The action, energy, galvanization of male pig, yet so compassionate, fierce energy of mother sow. And the woman dancing opposite, accompanying this carousal, bearing the stigmata of applied energy, brilliance of mind radiated upward. She was me too. Okay, now we were beginning to talk, a number of us, about Poetry Magazine earlier. And I go to it every once in a while, and every once in a while, sometimes I find a poem. And this next poem was the only poem I found in all the entire issue of January. And the poet is an Oxford University professor. Her name is Siobhan Campbell. To understand the poem, maybe, you need to know that a haw is a hawthorn berry, that hawthorns have thorns, that hawthorns and apples are both magical and related as members of the rose family. Quickthorn by Siobhan Campbell. Don't bring haw into the house at night, or in any month with the red fruit in season, or when starlings bank against the light. Don't bring haw in. Don't give me reason to think you have hidden haw about you. Tucked in secret, may its thorn thwart you. Plucked in blossom, powdered by your thumb, I will smell it, for the hum of haw is long, its hold is low and lilting. If you bring haw in, I will know you want me gone to the fairies and their jilting. I will know you want me buried in the deep green field where God knows what is rotting. Quickthorn by Siobhan Campbell, fantasist and I presume green witch.